Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? Every human person lives in a relationship, either platonic, filial, or romantic relationship. And there is a language that is proper to every kind of relationship that we find ourselves. The language that is proper for a romantic relationship is not proper for a platonic relationship or a filial relationship. As children of God, we have a relationship with God. And the language of that relationship that we have with God is the language of prayer. And prayer is not a magical force or power that calls into effect that which we want. It is not that enables us to ask and get what we want. But it is a powerful and profound act that can cause the transformation of our heart and aligns our heart to the will of God. And that is why Jesus, after telling his disciples of the necessity to pray always, the later part of the gospel says, when I come at the end of time, when the Son of Man returns, will he find faith on earth? This language of prayer, which is the language of our relationship with God, is a language that flows from our faith in God. And that is why, the reason why we are all here at this time is because of that faith we have in God. The reason why we are seated now in the house of God, in this act of worship, is because of the faith we have in God. And we want to establish a relationship as a result of that faith. That is why we're here this evening. And as you all know, when Jesus says to his disciples, pray at all times, so as not to lose heart. It means if they don't pray at all times, a time may come that they will lose heart. It means if they don't pray at all times, some things could creep into their life and they could be distracted, and that relationship between them and their Father may be jeopardized. And that is why, as children of God who love God, we cannot but show the love we have for this God practically by doing exactly what he expects us to do. You are here this evening because you want to worship God. It is not because it is a duty, no. Because whether we worship God or not, God remains God. Our worship of him does not make him better. Our not worship of him does not make him worse. He remains who he is. However, if you say you love somebody, you must show in a practical way how you truly love. And that is why, when we are in need, instead of thinking of maybe something else to do, after doing all that is within our power, we turn to God and we surrender everything back to God. Why? We believe that in him we live and move and have our being, because he is our Father. And you know what? We live at a time when people are hasty. We live at a time when people are impatient. So impatient that if it doesn't happen now, it's like it's not going to happen. If it doesn't happen the way I want it, it means it has not happened. There are times we pray, and the reason why we actually pray is because we need something. And if we don't get that which we need, we get angry, we get heartbroken. That's okay. It's a normal feeling. However, that is not prayer. That is business. That is a transaction. I give you, you give me. That is not a relationship. That is not a love relationship. Like you have a child. When your child asks you for something, and your child loves that so much, and you refuse to give your child that because you feel you don't want to give that child that stuff at that moment, will that make the child not to be your child anymore? No. Does that make you a bad father or a bad mother? No. But it makes you as one who knows what is just right and the right time for everything. But believe at the time now that even when parents say no to their children, it becomes a problem. And because of that mentality, if some of us pray to God and we don't get exactly what we wanted, we get angry with God. Your mom says to you, or your dad says to you, you're not going anywhere today, I want